the one thing that we can't deny now is entertainment is the new oil. That is the new business for Africa.
My humble father, Sinachi. My loving daughter, Sinachi Mo. My baby mama, Sinachi. Dele Momodu.
Afrobeat music has contributed majorly to Africa and Africans in the diaspora, with global live Afrobeat performances and album sales generating a total of £96 million in 2008. The genre was created by the legendary African musician and activist Fela Kuti in the mid-1970s.
Fela died in 1997, and when he died, a lot of the artists, especially artists in Africa and in the UK, adopted their own sound, sort of spinning from Fela's music. One band in specific that I remember was a group called Magic System, and there was a song they had called Premier Gal.
As a result of its popularity, various Afrobeat events have sprung up across London, which is uniting the African community.
At the bi-weekly Afrobeats karaoke, African Londoners are gathered here today to enjoy a night of cultural music with a hint of London.
So we thought, okay, we've got hip-hop karaoke, you've got reggae karaoke, but there's never been an Afrobeat karaoke.
Anywhere can have an Afrobeats karaoke. There should be more everywhere. The moment I heard about this, I was like, what? This is something that we actually need.
Even if you're non-African, it's fun, it's vibrant, it's very cultural, but yeah, it's generally open to anyone.
Since its inception, one area of change that has positively impacted the scene is the quality of the sound and live performances. The Composers are a live band that incorporates popular Afrobeat hits into their shows.
Funky house, comes from garage, and it wasn't really an African thing, it was a UK thing, but a lot of black people were involved in it. Then the funky house had a kind of Afro feel to it, because it was a kind of a tribal kind of feel with like garage or with like jungle and drum and bass. And then the Africans just took over. The Caribbeans took bashment, and then we took the funky house and took it to like the Afrobeats.
Although the Afrobeat sound maintains its African origins, the audience and listenership is varied. British-born Vietnamese DJ Lape Banjo has been specialising in Afrobeat music for a decade. He shed light on the variations of Afrobeat music in London.
I mean, it's still predominantly African Afrobeats, but the rise of British Afrobeats now, like the UK stuff, it's rising. The quality is getting there. It's catching up slowly to the African stuff, and a couple things are coming through. I mean, not everything's going to be a hit. That's just music, but more tunes are coming through now. We've got more talent coming from the UK. The likes of Mo Logo, the likes of Mr. Silver and Crumbs and Flavour.
I think UK Afrobeats is two cultures coming together, but the predominant culture is definitely the African culture. But then you've got the coolness and the swagginess of like the UK or whatever, the European culture, and you bring it together and just make it really cool.
I think it's great that they're all waving the flag and really creating this UK African sound, which is doing really, they're all doing really, really well. It's wonderful. And of course, Fuse ODG, how can I forget, who has made Afrobeats a household name?
They're pretty much still selling the culture, they're still taking parts of the original Afrobeats, kind of like rhythm, speaking the language, but what they're doing is mixing it with beats that they've grown up with, so the grind beats or the slower tempo. And the reason why UK, kind of like British Africans are drawn towards the UK Afrobeats is simply because that's what most of them know. They're born here, they know the Wileys, they know the Skeptors. It's easier to link that together. However, I still think, there's nothing like the Afrobeats coming from Africa in terms of its identity by itself.
Well, here in the UK, it's been it's just been phenomenal. You have artists coming here and selling out venues such as Brixton Academy, which is 5,000 seats, or a capacity of 5,000 people. And you had there was a show a few years ago with David O and Tiwa Savage, both kind of leaders in the Afrobeat sound, and they completely sell out that venue.
We were just debating the other day about how to merge the UK brand and the African brand together on one stage. Bringing whiskey to the stage with the likes of Fuse, ODG, doing a collaboration like a concert show together. Was an example we came up with. So like we're thinking about, exercising that, more often and see how people can connect.
I see more collaborations with mainstream artists and our African artists originating from Africa and in the UK. So like more recently we have the likes of Drake working with Wizkid. Like it's gonna be more of that. Beyonce is gonna work with somebody. Just wait for it. We're waiting. It's gonna happen. And it just goes to show we're about to take over. You just wait and see.
Now what's up?